Welcome to Central Station. Here, you can basically go anywhere in Australia, but I'm off to the international terminal, as today we're flying American Airlines to the United States of America. With a grand total of 170 stations spread across Sydney, almost all of them can be reached with one or no connections from this station. Construction for the current Central Station started in 1902 and was opened to the public in 1906. Since then, the station has reached heritage status and has expanded in size to 27 platforms. However, only 25 are currently operating, with more soon to become operational when the new metro system starts. Currently, there is only one train line that operates to Kingsford Smith Airport, that being the MacArthur line. This train line starts at Town Hall before going around the city circle and ending up here in Central. It then continues to a few of the inner suburbs before passing under the airport and out southwest. More often than not, platform 22 is used, and the trains operate every 5 to 10 minutes. Unfortunately, the airport train stations are privately owned, which means that there is a surcharge to use them. Interestingly enough, however, from Central to the international terminal, it is cheaper to travel by train rather than by Uber, but it could be even less if I were to catch a bus at Rocktail Station. As I stated in the introduction, today I will be flying with American Airlines bound for Los Angeles, California on their daily 777 flight. American Airlines uses the Juliet check-in desks, which is located upstairs and on the far right-hand side of the building. Upon arriving at check-in, I was immediately questioned about what my intention and final destination was in the United States, to which I honestly didn't really know how to answer. I received a lot of curious and confused looks by the staff, but they were eager to get me on my way. Once check-in was completed, I proceeded to security and immigration as I didn't really want to waste any time. The previous day, I had bought a lounge pass that Qantas offers their passengers as a chance to glimpse what the life of luxury looks like. After clearing security and immigration, I proceeded through duty-free towards the lounges above. After envying the passengers entering the first-class lounge, I proceeded down the pathway towards the Qantas International Business Class Lounge. Other than a one-time pass, entry to the Qantas Business Class Lounge is based on status, and only those with certain statuses listed here are eligible to enter the lounge. Once I was let inside, the lounge is a fairly large area. However, at this time of the morning, it was very crowded and I actually had to wait to find a seat. There are typical seating choices, including a formal dining area, a casual dining area, window views, a few workstations, lounges, and couches. There are many different tea and coffee stations spread across the lounge. The menu this morning consisted of toast, 3D printed pancakes, different kinds of spreads, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausages, baked beans, hash browns, pastries, muffins, yogurts, fresh fruit, self-serve beer, wine and spirits, soft drinks, juices, and cereals. After finding myself a seat, this morning I opted for the cold option, which was coconut yogurt with raspberry compa tea, with apple juice and a pink lady apple. Later, I was convinced by a Qantas staff to try the hot option, which was sausages, bacon, eggs and a hash brown. Honestly, filming in the bathroom was completely awkward, as it was always busy, so I don't really have that much footage to show. In the middle of the lounge was a bar-like table with a simple menu that feels like a very small version of a restaurant. Unfortunately, due to my flight's departure time being very close, I had to leave the lounge in order to make it in time for boarding. As I left the lounge, I was given time to reflect on my experience inside, and honestly, I think this lounge itself is really good, but it is way too crowded. The terminal itself almost felt less crowded than the lounge did, which honestly was a letdown. As I approached my gate, I got my first and only view of the aircraft that'll be taking me across the Pacific, which is a Boeing 777-300ER, registered as November 729 Alpha November, delivered brand new to American Airlines in April 2014, making this aircraft 9 years old. At check-in, I was warned that a secondary security check was to be conducted just prior to my boarding. Little did I know it was in the form of a border force officer writing a line on my boarding pass. Boarding today commenced on time from Gate 8.
Well, I hope you enjoy every moment of this morning.
Thank you so much.
If you want to go down
Cool beans.
this side, I'm going to go this.
Thank
Go
you.
for it as well.
I will, thanks, man.
This particular 777 is one of American's so-called flagship aircraft. Therefore, the aircraft is in a 4-class configuration, with 8 first-class seats in a 1-2-1 layout, 52 business class seats also in a 1-2-1 layout, 28 premium economy seats in a 2-4-2 layout, and 216 economy class seats in a 3-4-3 layout. On today's flight, I will be seated in 29 Lima. The economy class seat has 31 inches of pitch and 17 inches of width. There is a standard tray table that folds down in half and extends. In the seat pocket is a safety card and air sickness bag only. At every seat is a soft pillow and American Airlines branded blanket. Above the tray table is a remote for the entertainment screen, which also has the flight attendant call button and reading light switch. Next to this is a universal power outlet. In between the seats is the control for the seat recline. During boarding, all passengers were handed out earbuds. Above are individual air vents only.
Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the vent.
We commenced our pushback from Gate 8, 6 minutes behind schedule.
An instant life vest will be distributed by a crew member. The safety card shows how it is.
We taxied to runway 16 right via Alpha and Alpha 1. Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff footage. After takeoff, we turned left, climbing above the clouds and setting course for the United States. Flight time today is 13 hours and 23 minutes, covering a distance of 7,767 miles, or 12,500 kilometers, cruising at flight levels 290, 310, 330 and 350. On the back of every economy class seat is a 15.4-inch HD entertainment screen featuring a wide variety of movies, TV shows, and games to choose from. Interestingly, food can also be bought from the screen. I presume this is for domestic operations. There is also a fairly decent moving map feature with countless different views and settings. Around an hour and a half after takeoff, the crew started handing out wet wipes, pretzels, and a drink service, to which I asked for a Sprite. Around an hour after that, the first service started. This service was lunch, to which we had two options, plant-based rigatoni or braised beef cheeks. Hearing the words plant-based, I immediately knew what I was going to be having for lunch. Offered with lunch is also a bottle of water, bread roll and butter, a selection of drinks, in my case a small bottle of wine, and a chocolate mousse. The rigatoni was very good, but the highlight of the whole meal definitely was the chocolate mousse. It was very soft and rich, one of the best I've ever had. Just after the lunch service was completed, the Wi-Fi was turned on, and there was basic service available, including free messaging on WhatsApp, but anything further required payment, to which I had no real interest in. Eventually, the first piece of land since leaving Australia appeared below, which was the island of Vita Levu, the largest island in the island nation of Fiji. After passing Fiji, I fell asleep, and I was awoken over 3.5 hours later to a small dinner service. For dinner, we were served 2 mixed veggie pastries and a slice of ice cream, along with a selection of drinks. I asked for orange juice, as I didn't want to drink anything too heavy. On board American's 777s are 11 bathrooms, 1 for first, 4 for business, and 6 for premium and economy. Inside is everything you'd expect to find, including scented hand soap. Upon returning to my seat, I noticed that there is self-serve drinks and snacks spread across the economy class cabin. Around 9 hours after takeoff, we flew directly over Kailua Kona in the island state of Hawaii. I fell asleep just after this point, before being awoken again around 2 hours before landing. This time, breakfast was being served, and again there were only 2 options, the hot or the cold option. For breakfast I was served scrambled eggs with tomato and potatoes, an apple cinnamon muffin, Greek yogurt, and muesli with a selection of drinks. I chose a coffee, which interestingly no milk was provided, even after I had asked for it. Soon we commenced our descent into Los Angeles. Descending into LA at this time of the day is one of the most jaw-dropping experiences of my life, as all of a sudden the expansive city lights suddenly came into view. My GoPro doesn't really capture it well, but here is a photo I took during descent. Now please enjoy this unedited landing footage. After landing, we taxied back to the Tom Bradley International Terminal via Tango, Bravo and Charlie 10. We pulled into gate 153, a staggering 16 minutes ahead of schedule. I must admit, as I was stepping off the aircraft, I was in shock that I was actually stepping foot here in Los Angeles. I couldn't believe that I miraculously found a return flight for 375 Australian dollars. Jesus Christ. I still can't believe how lucky I was to be able to find such a flight. I think you can tell that the moment I saw the flight, and well, the price, I booked it straight away, no questions asked. The 777 is a beautiful aircraft, and is also my favourite widebody. I was very comfortable sitting in the main cabin. Whilst I definitely would fly this route again, and would fly the 777 any day of the week, next time I'd like to try a different carrier, such as United or Delta. This was my first flight with American Airlines, and I was satisfied with the service on board, including the hard product. Honestly though, it's nothing special or remotely premium, but it's nothing to complain about either. The only thing I could possibly complain about was that I was told by a flight attendant to close my window shade after passing over New Caledonia. but then again it is trying to get other passengers to sleep. Interestingly, as I booked this flight on Qantas.com, seat selection for this flight was unavailable for quite some time. I actually gave Qantas a call in order to reserve a seat, and I was given a separate booking reference and sent to AA.com. Honestly, I feel Qantas should allow seat selection, as the whole process of getting a second booking reference and going to AA to book a seat, well, it wasn't painful, but it was all hard to do, but it took a very long time. Overall, this flight was fairly decent. Despite the small issues here and there is generally not much I can fault on this experience. And honestly, hopefully, I get to fly with American again. One day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos. And don't forget to push that notification bell if you enjoy my content, that is. And I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!